almost all of your names. Anyway, for those of you who are new, my name is Tiffany Grunstein. I am a member of United Sound, and I teach high school in Mesa, Arizona. This is my 4th or 5th year I think doing United Sound at our school, and I just appreciate all of you guys logging on. I'm always impressed by technology, so for me to see all of you guys in front of me, to see me, like that's anyway. We have another person from United Sound with us. Where are you, Laura? There you are.
Hi, everyone. So excited to be a part of the meeting. I just got to see the recording last time. So I'm just here to take attendance and just be part of your meeting today. So
Do you
hear your input?
I would say, do you want to go over with anybody? Is there anyone who needs help on how to get on and do the attendance?
I don't think I'm as good as Doreen White at really telling everyone how to get logged on, but remind you that you do have controls down at the bottom of your screen. So if you wanted to log on early like I did, you can. You can take the video out, or you can take the microphone out, so that while you're just wrestling around in your rooms and getting ready, you have that off, and then you can turn them back on when you're ready to join the meeting officially.
And then another norm that we had established in our meeting last month was that when you guys want to chime in, you've got something important to add, sure, you could just start talking and hopefully we'll shut up and hear you. But just in case we don't, down at the bottom of your screen also, you should have a little thing where it says, I guess, maybe participants. On mine it says participants, and you can raise your hand. And then I would see that someone's hand is raised and I can call on you. So I just figured I would maybe do that. I don't want to leave it up though, because then I can't see some of your faces. Okay, do we have anything else that's important to discuss before we get started? Silence from the group. Always the only one so far that's been like, hi. All the rest of you guys are like,
Hi.
okay, thank you. You guys probably forgot from last time, but I'm that kind of weird person. I need that. Hey. Did you guys do the ABCs last time with your people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah? How do we feel like that went?
I think it went, oh.
It was good.
Yeah, it went good. Anybody remember the ABCs?
Something.
That's okay. I can tell you if you don't remember. Nobody's
B
raising
is
their
like-
hand.
The B is be sensitive to their senses.
Yeah.
And then C is like celebrating.
Uh-huh.
The A is age appropriate attitude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, I love that. All right. So age appropriate attitudes. You guys got all of them. Have celebrations been easy or hard?
Easy.
Easy.
Did I hear somebody say kind of hard?
I said kind of both.
Oh, kind of both. Who's me?
Oh, that's me, Emma.
Oh, I see you, Emma, now. Kind of both, because sometimes it's hard to celebrate when you're not getting the results you want.
And it's also sometimes hard not to like get overexcited and like scare the like musician, because sometimes they feel a little overwhelmed when you celebrate, because it's such a big thing for you and the people in your group, and they get excited too, but like sometimes it's over.
Okay. Anybody else have something they want to chime in just about either age appropriate attitude, being sensitive to their senses, or celebrations? I just always want to honor what we've talked about in the previous month, so we don't just forget about it. Okay. All right. Well, this month we're going to have a new topic. It's called social stories. Is there anybody that's heard of social stories? Like, you might be thinking, I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Well, social stories are kind of they're not really a new thing. But they have been around since 1991. In fact, I looked it up and I saw that it was this woman named Carol Gray who invented it. It's actually trademarked to this woman, Carol Gray. And basically what a social story is it's just a short story that you would create for someone. For you guys, it would be your new musicians, or for anyone really with a disability. It works very well with people with autism. But to kind of set up the scene for them on what's getting ready to happen. So, you know, a long time ago, it was just a lot of sketches, and, you know, we would do like those cartoon comic strip kind of things where it's like, first this happens and this happens next. But then as, you know, technology has grown and changed, and we're all familiar with the computer and, you know, making Google slides and such. Now they tend to be a little bit more animated with the GIFs on there and whatnot, but it's basically a slideshow of sorts to go step by step on what to expect at whatever the next event is. I'm guessing you guys have a concert coming. Yes?
Yeah.
In a month. Yeah.
In like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, we're getting kind of into that holiday time. So I had a little, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to try, and you guys are going to have to give me some kind of auditory feedback because I want to see. Oh, I couldn't really practice this without you guys being here. So hold on.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Do we need to sign in or something?
Well, that's a great question.
Are we gonna do like the texting? last
Yeah.
time?
Yes, like we did
Yeah.
last time.
Like the chat thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. Weird.
I'm having a hard time showing my screen.
If you press
Oh, if you press
there,
there, then you'll be able to see all the other options.
Yeah.
Wait.
and then it'll have some things up there, and you should be able to choose your document.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I can't get it. Laura, can you do it from your end?
I might be able to. I'll try it.
Let's see if you can pull it up. It's just that link that I included on the agenda. In the meantime, I wanted to, while Laura's looking to see if she can share with you, I found a social story online that had to do with Halloween, and I thought it would be a perfect thing to share with you guys because it's not about trick-or-treating, because many of our kids at this age, it's not really appropriate for them to go trick-or-treating necessarily, but to pass out candy to others. So I found a social story about passing out candy on Halloween that like someone would go over with their son or daughter or friend or brother about what that's going to look like. So Laura is hopefully going to be able to jump in. Name in school? Oh yeah, like last time. Oh cool, you guys are chatting. It's that technology thing happening. Thank you.
I saw Morgan.
Oh. Hey, do you guys see this?
Yeah.
You see this? What to expect on Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Oh, I can see it.
That's how I feel. Yay! Okay, so I know you guys are all getting logged on and stuff.
Mhm.
But here is the social story I was telling you. What to expect on Halloween. Halloween's coming soon. Halloween's holiday is on October 31st. So for you guys, you might make a slideshow that says something like, you know, hey, our concert is coming and put like the date on there or a calendar
Yeah.
so that you can show them like, hey, here's our concert, here we are now, so they can physically see where it is. Then it goes on to say, on Halloween, many children may ring the doorbell or knock on the door. So you guys might go forth and then say on your next slide, you know, before the concert, you may be feeling nervous, excited, anxious, you know, and find some cool clippy art or, you know, like that stuff that you guys are really good at to put in there. Or if you're an artist and you want to do an old-fashioned comic strip, or, you know, however it's going to look. But remember, images and very, very basic is going to be the best way to go. So you would let them know before the concert, we're all going to meet in this room. This is, there's going to be a lot of people there. Here, I'll show you the next slide. They go through and explain like the costumes. So you guys are going to explain to them that there's going to be all different musicians in the room. It won't just be United Sound people if it looks anything like our United Sound. It'll be all different musicians. So you might want to have a meeting place and tell them like, okay, so we're going to meet in the band room and we'll make this banner or flag or whatever. You also might want to do a slide on what you guys are going to wear. For some United Sound people, they want to wear their United Sound shirts. Others, it might be, you know, concert attire. So you might want to include that in your social story. So everybody okay out there? Sounded all of a sudden like someone needed help. Well, I can't really see all of you guys right now, so I don't. Okay, so then again, like children may say trick or treat. I'll try and give them a piece of candy in their bag or their bucket, and this will make the children feel happy. So it's just letting them know what's going to happen what's the next step. Is this all making sense to you guys? Basic? So see, these are very basic sentences, and just an image on every page so that they know from beginning to end, all the way, you know, it's okay if you do this during the concert. Where are they going to be hanging out if you're playing? If United Sound in the program isn't scheduled until the middle of the concert, where are your new musicians going to be while you're playing? Or where are your new musicians going to be after they play? So you're going to want to address that, like I said, in these social stories. And I would just make a slide or make a page for each thing for them to expect next. You know, and everything with our students I have found is really a lesson. Let's see if I can undo this now. No, now it's just. All right, well, you guys are just going to be looking at me in this weird way. So, anyway, let them know every single step of the way what it is that they're going to be feeling. How's everybody with that? Good?
Yeah.
Anybody have questions on that? Nope. Comments? I really wish I could see you guys again. All right. I'm going to make sure that you guys I'm creating like a social story example for what it might look like at your upcoming concert, and you guys will get that handout as a follow-up, just like you guys got the follow-up handout last time from the ABCs. This is just a little Google slideshow. Again, it's just very basic that you guys will be able to look at and maybe share with your mentors so that they can create their own for their own group. All right. So that was really the biggest thing that I wanted to go over with you guys today. I think now we can really just talk about why do you think social stories are so helpful? Wait, stop share. You're back. Yay! All right. What to you guys do you think about social stories? Why do you think they would be helpful to your new musician? How might yours look? Let's get some ideas to discuss.
I think they would be helpful for the new musicians because for probably all of them, this is going to be like their first concert. So us, like we started sixth grade, like when we had our first concert, it was also a little bit like nerve-wracking because we didn't know exactly what to expect. So this can definitely help alleviate some of like the questions they might have or like any uncertainty, and it will help it like go smoother on the day of.
Yeah, that's an excellent point you're making because you guys did do concerts. You were in elementary school. For them, this might be their first time on stage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's hear from somebody else.
They'll like know what to expect.
Yeah.
Where are you? Oh, I have a whole nother page. Okay. Why do you think it's helpful for them? Emotionally, they're not necessarily prepared for that type of attention or that type of a group dynamic. I'm hoping that because you guys have your concerts in the next 2 to 4 weeks, I'm hoping that you guys will have time to create the social story and revisit it with them each week. Because remember, their long-term memory and your short-term memory function a little bit different than yours do. So revisiting it with them each week as you approach the concert is going to help them emotionally to feel more stable, more comfortable, more confident going into it. Their emotional processing is so different than ours. All right. What's going good in your clubs?
So this past Thursday, we had our first meeting with the United Sound musicians with the rest of our full band. It's our top concert band at our school, and the band, they played like the original parts, like the non-modified parts, while like the United Sound musicians and the helpers, they stayed with their musician, and one of us would, for example, point on the music to keep track of where we were in the music. Another one would like clap quietly or say the donut or soup or whatever the note was to help them out. And it was really cool. Like I think they had a lot of fun because usually during our classes it's only like a group of 20 of us because it's the mentors and the new musicians. But for that rehearsal, it was like 50 of us. And I think they liked that experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who else has something to add?
I have
Right now, it's
something.
been a conversation with Chloe and me.
I have something to add. So something in my group that happened was my new musician has been really shy and hasn't really wanted to talk with like our group. Like he doesn't really talk in general. And I would say that this time he really like he enjoyed it, and I think he wasn't like actually he like wanted to play the cello and like was really like into it, if that makes sense. And he wasn't like he was wanting to, like I don't know how to describe it. Like before it was like taking a lot just even like in a chair and then like showing him the cello and idea of how much we got to like in a time. And so like I think now we actually got him to do rhythm and things like that, which I think was a really positive thing.
That's great. And that's definitely a celebration, you know, like,
Yeah.
great. Who else?
Me.
Who's me?
Me. Oh, great.
What page are
I
you
wanted
on?
to say that on Wednesday, since it was Halloween, and we held our meeting our 3-minute Halloween or on Wednesdays. Instead of having like normal practice, we had a Halloween party. And we had we had a few games and a little stations. And at the end, they all got to get like a little goodie bag of candy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for you. We actually had our first club meeting on Tuesday before Halloween with our new musicians. And it was awesome because I had 2 kids that they just wanted to play the drums. And when they got there, I said, well, what about a horn? Do you think you could handle a horn? And one of them, who's not verbal, was like kind of nodding towards the trumpet. So we gave it to him, and he made sound like the very first blow. The very first
Awesome.
like Filipino. So he was so excited, and his mentors were so excited. And then on the other side of the room, the other kid who wanted to play drums, he wasn't sure either, but somebody had picked up, I think it might be a baritone sax. It's like the really, really big sax.
Yeah.
And it
Probably
makes
very.
good, deep noise. And they played it for him, and he was like, that's what I want to play. So he was making music out of the saxophone on his very first day. Not the baritone one. He went with that alto sax. But it was so exciting for their very first day to be able to create some sound from their instrument.
Yeah, I
and
think all of our
it was exciting for the mentors and exciting for the musicians.
yeah, I think all of our guys. Yeah. It was awesome.
Guys are awfully quiet tonight.
I have something to say.
Okay, speak to me, Alana.
So we're just sharing like happy stuff, like good stuff that's happened.
Yeah, I want to talk about what's going right this month.
So our band director told Chloe and I like that he got an email from a few of the parents of the students in United Sound saying that like thank you so much for having this club. And we're really lucky that we have it during school hours. So it's actually one of our classes.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah, it's like a study hall block, and then the students come in for half of it. And our band director received an email saying that because of United Sound, that there's some students in our school like that their like attendance has increased, and they've been coming to school more just because of United Sound, because they look forward to it so much. So I thought that was a really cool thing
That is a really cool thing.
So
Plus, like, they
That's
see you on
awesome.
campus, and they feel like, oh,
yeah.
I've got new friends now.
Uh-huh.
That's great. Who else?
We have these 2 girls, and they both play the mouths together, and they like cheer each other on, and it's like so cool to watch.
Are the 2 girls the new musicians, or are the 2 girls,
Yeah, they
they're
chose,
both
like,
new musicians?
yeah, and they like to like work together.
So that's pretty fun. What do they play?
Mallets.
Alex. Even I know that one.
I don't know any of them.
Samuel, you're quiet up there.
Sorry.
What do you got going on in your United Sound? I'm gonna start calling
Well-
you guys out by name if you just stay
Oh.
quiet.
Okay, so ours we have like 2 percussionists, a clarinet, and a tenor saxophone, and everybody's
I'm
been
sorry,
doing
but I
good.
have to ask, is a tenor saxophone smaller or bigger than an alto sax?
It's
a little bit
bigger, but it's not as big as the Barry sax.
Okay, gotcha.
God.
Go ahead.
Anyways, we've been doing really good with all of our sounds and stuff. Like one day we were doing so good that we stopped early and we went outside to play with balloons.
You went outside to play what?
With balloons.
I love balloons.
That's great. Awesome. So the kids are just loving the music, and that's one of the things is that there is social time factored into our rehearsal. You know, it's not about like perfect. It's about like, let's enjoy what we're doing, enjoy our new friendship and our successes through music and balloons in your case.
Um,
As long as there's no latex allergies, you're okay.
yes.
All right. Who else has something fun to share?
I have something.
Okay, speak up. Hi.
Hi. So in our club, we have 4 new musicians, and some of them are like usually pretty shy. And the special ed teacher in our school told us that like they're the most outgoing that like she's ever seen them when they come to United Sound. So I think that's really cool. And also at the end of our last meeting, we had some extra time, so we had a dance party, and all the new musicians danced the Baby Shark song. So that was really fun.
Awesome. I know my students love dancing, and karaoke is always a big hit too.
Yeah.
Can I add?
Yes.
We danced on the balloon day. We also danced the Baby Shark song too. We ran around the classroom in a Congo line.
I love that.
Yeah.
You guys are making me feel kind of old and stupid because I don't know the Baby Shark song. Like, I
Look
saw
it
it
up.
on my ringtones,
Somebody should play it.
but I just skipped it right over. I see this. All right. Well, if you guys know it and they know it, then that's all that matters. Who else has got something to add? It's good.
I have something to add.
William.
So, our concert is in like 4 weeks. And so we have we're writing the new musicians parts for it. Which is really cool. And then I'm pretty sure one person will point to the music and then everybody else will play, which it'll be really fun and it'll be a new experience for me because I didn't do it last year.
Yeah, that's great. And like you were saying, one person doing the music like that, tracking it with their finger, that's really important for the new musician to be able to see because their eyes tend to just kind of wander all around.
Yeah.
Unless, you're pointing out hey, this is what we're looking at and this is what we're doing right.
Mm-hmm.
So
It'll be really exciting.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Are you going to say something? Your box lit up.
Oh, yeah. Well, we also danced to Baby Shark. And what we did is we also had our mentors play it on their instruments. And the new musicians really loved that. They thought it was really cool, I guess, to watch their friends make that kind of music. But also, last month, someone had suggested that we try using stickers as a form of celebration.
Yeah, I remember we had talked about somebody had said that.
Well, we did. We found some really cool glittery music stickers from Hobby Lobby, and the new musicians were really excited about it. And it's really cool to see them each week when they open their books, because we use them to decorate their books. And they're like, "That's what I did last week, and that's because I played well last week," and they get really excited. So
that's great, and I love that visual cue for them. Just like how when we started this meeting, and we were like, "Oh, you guys remember what we did in October? Let's review." And that's kind of the same thing for them. Is those stickers, and it's a reminder of their success from the previous week. So awesome! I love that. Anybody feeling left out?
I have something to say.
Okay.
We had our first performance.
Is that you, Grace, that's talking? Who's talking?
No, it's Rachel.
Oh, okay. Hi, Rachel. I see you now.
We had our first performance this week, and we played at a football game. And we played the fight song.
Oh my gosh!
Really cool.
How many new musicians do you have?
We have 8 who were absent that day, so we had 6 in all for that day.
That's great. Wow, what a fantastic experience. I hope somebody was videoing.
But they really enjoyed it, and they liked the aspect of the football game and the whole exciting environment.
Okay, well, because we were talking about social stories earlier today, you are familiar with the anxiety or the nervousness that they felt playing in a football game. That's a pretty big deal. Will you guys also have a formal concert?
Yes.
Okay, so do you think a social story will be helpful to prepare them for the concert, or you feel like, nah, they've got that?
I think they are more nervous for the concert because last year we did a pep rally, and they were a lot less nervous for the pep rally than they were the concert. So I think social stories would help for the concert.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad to hear you say that, Rachel, because you can even use the experience that they had in playing the football game. You can use that in your social story. Like, remember when you felt like this? Ah! And then remember how afterwards you were like, yay! So you can address it with them as a memory to kind of relate to as they go into their concert. All right, what kinds of struggles, challenges?
I just kind of have a question.
That's okay. Go ahead and ask.
What happens like when they get like distracted during the concert? Like,
Oh, well, okay, like while they're on stage or like while
Yeah.
other people are playing?
like, well, like everyone like plays and then they just get like distracted. Like, what should you do to like help them focus again?
Well, do you have your 3 mentors there with them? Okay, does anyone want to talk about that?
Well, like the pointer or whoever's pointing could direct them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Who else? Who's down there with the 704-776-0744 phone number?
Oh, hi. I don't know if this is working.
Are you the one with the phone number?
Yeah, sorry, my Wi-Fi's not working.
That's okay, I can't see you, but I can see your box lit up. Did you have some advice for Megan?
I think it's just important to kind of have a game plan within your group of what you're going to do when the actual night comes so that you're ready for any kind of situation. That's what we did last year, so everyone kind of had a plan of action.
Okay. Megan, did you guys have a rehearsal?
Yeah, but like then when like they saw their parents in the audience, they like started waving.
Well, it's okay.
And like it was in the middle of the song. Like great timing, but
that's part of what makes them so awesome. You know, it's part of their innocence like that. And like we think, this is their very first time on stage for a lot of them. And that's pretty weird. You know, when they look out in the audience and it's so dark and they look for the people that know. They're very proud to be out there. So yeah, I've had a student that kind of hammed it up like that before, gone out and clapping for himself. And you know, the audience kind of laughs, but his mentors at that point had just kind of stood up and chuckled with him and said, "Come on, let's go back here and let's play." But that wasn't in the middle of a song. So yeah, kind of tough, but I would say definitely your pointer and then the other people surrounding them, maybe just giving them encouraging words before they start, you know, getting too excited.
okay, thank you.
Of course.
I have something to ask.
Maddie, are you talking?
Yes. So my mentor this week, he has this thing with phone numbers, and he likes to get like everyone in the cafeteria's phone numbers and things like that. So he was kind of tired, like towards the end of our club meeting, he wanted to do that, and me and my other people in the group were like, "Oh, do you want our phone numbers?" Like, you know, like that, and he was like, no, he sees us more as teachers because he only wants like other students' phone numbers, and I was wondering like what's a way to make him feel like more like his friend.
Well, yeah, phone numbers can be kind of tricky because sometimes our students will get maybe obsessed is a good word with the phone. Because I know I've had students come before and say like, they called me 26 times yesterday.
Well, his thing is he likes to have them, but he never uses them. So he has like 600 phone numbers in his phone, and he only wants his friends, which are only students, and he doesn't want any teacher phone numbers. So we like offered them, you know, we're like, hey, you can stay here, we'll give you ours, we'll like play a little more, and then you can go out to the cafeteria. And he saw us more as teachers and just wanted to go and like see his friends in the cafeteria. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's not a good like emphasis that we're more his friends. I don't know how to say it.
Does somebody want to jump in and give Maddie some advice?
I don't have any advice, but I was sort of wondering the same thing. Chloe and I were wondering like how we could be more of like friends towards the students in United Sound, and one of our helpers had asked us about that during a presentation that we gave about the ABCs. And that's the questions that we had. We were gonna ask you guys because we just want to know like what are some other ways that we can be more of like friends, like between us and the students.
I have a suggestion.
Okay, speak up.
Okay, so at our meetings, we always like allow like some amount of time, even if it's just like 5 to 10 minutes, just like not for playing music, just to talk to them. Like I think we spent one meeting like coloring with our new musicians, and like I think I said earlier, we had like a dance party at one of our meetings. I think that helps a lot.
Or balloons, like Samuel.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. I know we have had social lunches where we'll just order some pizzas and have the kids come and enjoy pizzas together. And phone numbers, they really are fine to exchange. Some kids don't really have the phone skill. So maybe if you really wanted to do the phone, like give him your phone number and then practice calling back and forth right then. You know, like, okay, I'm going to give you my phone number. I'm going to call you right now. You answer the phone.
Yeah, I don't know. That was more of an example of how he doesn't really see us as friends, because he literally has probably the whole like student body's phone number on his phone. Like everyone knows him. Everyone really likes him, but he never calls anyone. He just likes to have the phone numbers. I guess kind of friendship kind of, and he did it all hard. He wanted to know like just kind of how to friendship. Yeah, make him more our friend. And, like we're just here to teach him and not help him.
All right. Aiden, do you have something?
So every we have United Sound on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, I remember you from last time. Now I see your bedroom light. You're the one that has that weird light in your room. Okay.
So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have all of our mentors but break up into groups, and we'll go help in the classroom with them.
Wow.
And I think that really helps grow our friendship with them, because we do little activities with them or help them with their questions or whatever. So
yeah, that's a great suggestion. If that's something your school allows, definitely.
And another thing too, something that we do at my school is so that they don't feel alone in learning the instruments. We have a mentor. So in each group, we have a mentor that doesn't actually play the instrument that they're teaching. And so we're having the mentors learn with the musicians. And I think that also kind of helps create the friendship bond too, because it's like they're learning together. They're not just being taught, and they don't feel like they're the only one that doesn't know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a good way to learn together, because you feel safe to make a mistake if somebody else might make a mistake also. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're the expert in playing the flute, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Any other challenges or things that we can discuss as a group that makes your next month go smoother?
I have
Taylor, speak up.
Okay, so in our club, we have one girl specifically who's very good with music, and she just has a lot of experience with music already, so she's really far ahead of the rest of the members, which is great. But when we're doing stuff as a whole group, she is really eager to go ahead, and she's always like, let's go faster, but we can't always go faster. So how do you you have any suggestions for explaining to her that her friends are a little bit farther behind and we need to just be patient with them?
All right, I know that has got to be happening in other people's United Sound groups.
I have a suggestion.
Go, Emma.
So this doesn't solve answer your question, but something I did in my group is he just had a physical disability, so we just couldn't do certain things, but he got done with the book very quickly. And so something that we did is we found his interest, and what we did is we actually started he really enjoyed Star Wars, so we went and found a Star Wars piece on the cello, and we made it for him to play. But we kind of substituted things outside of the book that were his interests, but made him want to do it. And he was doing something different, but it was something different to him that wasn't kept him interest, so that they were on the same path. If that makes sense.
Okay, that's a good suggestion. What else?
We have a student kind of similar to that. She's been taking piano lessons for a while, and so
been taking what?
she's been taking piano lessons for a while.
Okay.
And so she's really good at piano. So we have her on mallet instruments so she knows how to play it. But it's slightly different. And we've been just giving her a slightly more difficult part than everyone else. And so we individualize it for the part. So when we come back together and play it together, she's still challenged by the part.
Okay. I like that idea.
I might just
Yes? Anna?
yeah. My band director told us because my student said just to plan a lot than everybody else.
Anna, your sound keeps jumping out. What did your band director tell you?
He said just to plan a lot, whatever.
Did you guys hear her?
No.
Don't know.
Oh no. Hannah, I really want to hear you and I can't hear you.
Type it in the chat.
Yeah, type it and then someone else can say it.
Oh yes, okay, type it in the chat. Sure.
Hold on. I gotta.
I think no, I don't think anyone has raised their hand in this whole conversation. Oh wait, William got his hand up and
I had like a hardship that my group had. Okay, so like he plays our new musician has like he plays the saxophone and he can press down on the keys, but he doesn't like hold them there. Like he can do it for a couple seconds, but as soon as he starts playing, I think he gets distracted. So like we kind of have to have like somebody hold his fingers down to play it. And so what we did is while we're writing their parts, he's only gonna play like one note, and it's like the easiest note to like you have to hold down only one finger to play it. So I don't know, like how do you think we would be able to get him to hold his fingers down on his own, basically?
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
For one of our students also plays the saxophone, and one thing that we found was really helpful is we took like little star stickers and we put them on like the first three keys, so that'd be G, A, B, and so we color coded it with the notes that are in his modified part. So we say, okay, Sai, can you play the blue? And then he clicks down the blue, and then I don't remember exactly how like the color worked out, but I know we have blue and red, and then some, I think C would be like purple, like as like both of them together, something like that. Just like it's like a physical thing, like that he can see, like hold down the blue for this many counts, and hold down the red for this many counts. So I don't know if that would be a suggestion.
And doing hand over hand is fine to help them actually feel how long they should hold the note. So if you've got your fingers over his fingers, you know, hold his finger down and, you know, do the soup or donut with them. You also can do it by pressing on their arm, of course, always making sure that they know because we're sensitive to their senses. But you also can do a physical touch on their arm so that they can feel how long that hold is going to be, because they don't get that same kind of resistance from the button that they're pushing on the sax. But if they actually feel it with your fingers, I think that combined with a hand over hand for the duration might improve your situation.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Somebody else raised their hand. Oh yes, there's three now. Chloe raised her hand and Emma raised her hand.
Oh yeah. I just had a comment about so sometimes when we go from practicing as small groups and then when we go to practicing as a class, some students, like if they were able to do it fine in their small group, they aren't able to do as well when we're practicing as a class. Maybe just because there's more things going on and they're not just listening to like themselves. So do you have any like tips about how to get them to play their part more accurately when we're in a larger group setting rather than just small groups?
One of the things that we've done is that we've had kids that have struggled like that is that we'll have them practice their part and then maybe get with another group and then practice with another group for a little bit. And then they'll make fun like, oh, what if we did 3 groups together? And then kind of build it so that eventually you're all playing together.
Yeah.
Rather than going from one group to everybody, just taking those baby steps might help them to mesh their sound and their attention with you guys. Anybody else have feedback or a helpful comment for that? Okay, fine. Let me be the big mouth. Emma,
Okay,
you got something to say, lady?
Okay, so I have a couple different questions. So my first question is that me and my other president had was that we have some groups that don't always I don't know how to describe it. They don't have the best time management. They
don't have the best what?
Time management. They just they don't do the work on time, or they're when we're doing the part for when they're doing the part for the performance, they haven't done that when other groups have already done it. They're just I don't know, say they're behind, and we don't really know how to catch them up or help them to understand that they need to have that. And then what I feel bad for is the musician, because he knows that something's they're not.
So I was just going to ask you, is the musician come on, we need to get going, or is it that they are they working with him at a slower pace because that's how he's going to benefit?
He's I had him actually last year, so I knew a little bit about him. He's very he understands, he jokes around with it, and he understands kind of what goes on, if that makes sense. And I think he can kind of tell he's from last year, because this is the second year doing it, that they kind of I don't know if they're wasting time, but they're just not doing what they should be. They kind of just are talking and doing stuff, and they should be keep going.
Yeah. Somebody have something to contribute to that? I saw a bunch of your lights light up and then not. Aiden? No? I think that it's at some point, kind of as the club president, you maybe would be having a conversation with either the band director who knows the mentors, or how well you know the mentors, maybe going over and talking about, hey, I had him last year in United Sound, and this was what I found to be pretty effective. We were working at this kind of a pace, and I don't want him to feel like he's falling behind. So maybe if you came at it with a compassionate, I have experience with this student. But there is something to the fact that you are the leader of the club. That's why you're here with us today. So you've got some leadership skills to maybe give them a guiding hand on, picking up the pace if that's what needs to happen.
We'll let our our leader know, and so she said that she was going to talk with them, and so I haven't really our last meeting was so I haven't really asked her how the conversation went, but I think
yeah, use your leadership skills. All right, Grace, you have something?
Yeah, but I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. Your hand was up, and William, do you have another question?
No, do I have my hand raised?
I maybe just did.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
I'm a beginner too.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes, and then we're gonna have to start wrapping it up because I got another college people here.
The whole group has. Okay.
I just have one. Any suggestions?
Hey, you guys, quiet your things. Okay, go ahead, Emma. You have the floor.
Okay. So my other question was, so we have, well, at least my person, I know there's another group as well, that they're just really, really shy. And I know that they're new to the school as well. And I just don't know if anybody has suggestions on how to make them feel more comfortable in it. I know it's only been a couple of weeks since we started, and I think they're warming up, but just any helpful things to help them just want to be there and just continue to make them feel welcome. You know what I mean? Be a part of it. Kind of make them, that makes sense, kind of.
Uh-huh.
And why I'm asking is also, So on what was it? I think it was Saturday. We found out that he was in a play, like for our school play, and so I went and saw it because my sister was in it as well. But and I found out it was his birthday. So like I don't know if like when we see the club, like how much we can celebrate it and like what's like too much for it and like what's not. You know what I mean? Kind of like the balance.
I think it's just like any other person where it's like, everybody enjoys recognition and enjoys being praised and having their friends to come see them. But trying to get them to kind of come out of their shell, sometimes that is a real challenge.
Yeah.
Anybody have ideas to help them out? Lindsay? Hi, Lindsay.
I guess
to help?
maybe just like incentives or like maybe not incentives, but like maybe just like congratulate him or like give him some sort of like I want to say gift, but be like, oh, I saw you, like you did really good, I guess.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Grace, do you have anything to say yet?
Yeah, okay. Two of our new musicians because our thingy is like our meetings are like 30 minutes long, but they'll 40 minutes long, and they'll go for like 20 minutes and then just kind of be done.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they're just kind of just get like
the mentors?
No,
No, the musicians.
The musicians. Are they doing 20 minutes in a row?
Yeah, it's all in a row.
So maybe see if they can break it up and do like 10 minutes and then a 5-minute break, and then 10 minutes and a 5-minute break, and then 10 minutes. You know what I mean? So maybe if you break it up like that into groups, you'll actually get them to be playing more. You can also do a visual with the clock if you have a clock in the room. Like, hey, right now it's 10 minutes to 7. So we're gonna play right now all the way until the hands on the 1, and then we'll take a break.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm sorry I ran out. My iPad was at like 1%, so I ran to get a charger.
That's cool. All right, Alana, I see your hand up, and then Callie.
Yeah, so I have 2 questions, but I'll make them both quick. So in about 2 weeks, we have our first concert, and if there's any like do's and don'ts that we need to keep in mind for performance. So in order to make the experience fun and comfortable for the musicians.
Social story.
And like, would you recommend that as a band, like with the top band also, that we rehearse on stage prior to the concert?
Yes, because rehearsing on the stage is so different than rehearsing in the band room. The way we do it, like our concert's usually on a Tuesday night, and so on Monday we have a practice on stage, just during the school day, and then on Tuesday we have another practice on stage. So we practice on Tuesday, like where we're going to meet beforehand, so they know what to expect, where they're going to be waiting before their turn in the program. So we go over all of that on Tuesday, and then when they come in the evening, they're not surprised by anything. So doing it on stage, I think and when we get on stage, we only play through it like 2 times, and then we move on. Then we go back to class or whatever. But social stories really, really, like, I'm not just making that up. It's really very helpful for the kids.
Okay. And then my second question is, would it be okay if we gave our group of new musicians like a small gift after the performance, or is that something that we should ask the teachers?
Well, I would always check with the teachers, just because gifts sometimes get a little bit funny, but I'll tell you what we did my first year in United Sound that the kids loved was that the mentors each wrote them a little, like in our district we have happy grams, like a little you rock, a little note like, congratulations, you made it through your first concert, you're a rock star, you're part of our band, and gave them to the kids, and they just thought that was the greatest thing ever. So if it's not a gift, even just some kind of a thank you or acknowledgement, or thanks for sticking with it and working so hard.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Callie, that was Alana.
Hi.
Callie,
Yes.
I think you might be our last comment of the night.
Okay. I had a question about our first concert.
Unless William wants to say something. I see his light.
Do I have my hand raised?
Oh, okay.
I don't. Okay.
But okay, so we have our first concert coming up too, and we were just kind of wondering, I mean, what kind of things are okay to do during the concert? Like for anyone who's done this before, this is the first year that our school has done United Sound. Like, do you still clap with them during the performance? Do you say like cake or donut or anything, or do you just let them? Because I know we have one musician who really, we only use string instruments, and he doesn't like to hold his bow, and he can't do it by himself physically. And so is it I mean, to still have people like helping them and pointing during the concert, is that still what we do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to hear like a little whisper of soup, rest. You know, like because I'm always backstage like watching it, and so I can hear a little hum of the mentors kind of, and of course like they're pointing, and then someone there is, you know, playing. Anybody else have a?
Don't worry about how it sounds, because the other orchestra is going to help. I mean, it's just more of the experience. Have them enjoy it. Like, don't put it under pressure. Just have them enjoy it. And don't, like, I know that we had people shouting, like, cake and donut just so they would play. And I know afterwards they, like, came out and they were so excited and they would bow and they just got so excited about it. And that's all. It doesn't really matter how it plays out.
Yeah,
Also, if you sneak like a little, like, you're doing great so far, or like little like encouragements as they're playing, they'll just make them more excited.
Okay, Destiny. Hi. Our Destiny.
Thank you.
Destiny. I think that's just like a picture of her, just still right there. Okay, I'm not going to talk to her. She's not going to talk to me. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions for the good of the cause?
Oh, I had a suggestion for what we were just talking about. So like what we found helpful for some of our new musicians was like if they had a long period of rest in the music, like more than a couple measures, then we wouldn't continue to say like rest, like for all the measures. We would just say 1, 2, ready, go in the measure before they came back in. So I think that has been helpful for them, because if we keep repeating rest for like a long time, it gets kind of overwhelming for them. They might seem like they're getting lost, or like they don't know exactly when they should come back in. But by saying like 1, 2, ready, go, it like prepares them, and they can get ready to be focused and like come in at the right time.
Yeah. No, I like what you're saying, because it's true. That could cause them anxiety. It's so much getting to know your actual musician. You know, is that something that they want to be following along and rest, or are they going to be good with just enjoying, and then you're 1, 2, ready, go. So know your musician, what kind of supports they enjoy, what makes them feel the most at ease about their performance.
We actually did the same thing too with 1, 2, ready, go. Also dance with our musicians. We really like to dance and like sing along to the songs we do. So I think dancing kind of makes it a little bit more fun. Like, makes time pass by a little bit faster. If they just sit back and like wait for the rest.
Mm-hmm. And you can also like something else that could also help is let's say if they were like a string player, you could do the same motion that they are supposed to be doing during that part of the music. So if it's like they're like doing like a down bow or something, you could also visually do a down bow with them, so they can kind of see, like, instead of just going like soup or like cake, like you could go like cake or something like that.
Yeah, that's called modeling.
Yeah. So during the concert,
I didn't know you'd be doing any modeling in your life, huh? Okay. I love the conversation. You guys finally woke up and started chit-chatting. So I truly hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I do. I love having us all come together and talk. we are going to be meeting again on December 2nd. Same time, same channel. In the meantime, you guys can email me, Tiffany at United Sound, or Laura. Let's not forget Laura, our other United Sound.
Please email me.
So, yep, you can email Laura at United Sound also. Any other questions before we say goodnight?
No, I don't think so.
All right. That's all.
Great meeting, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Thanks.
You too.
How do I leave?
Click on it and then leave on
Yeah,
the top right.
yeah, yeah.